Yo, how's it going, everybody? First, I just want to say welcome to the channel. I'm the Grass Ninja, and today we're gonna be going over some Boruto, Naruto, Next Generation's predictions and theories, which will include information from the anime, manga, and even the light novels. And with that being said, we're gonna hop right into the video in 3, 2, 1, let go. Alright, welcome to today's video. This is the Madara cells theory video, alright? So, with Kurama now dead and Sasuke without his Rinnegan, Naruto and Sasuke have received a pretty serious nerf, and with that, there's like a new conversation to be had about Konoha and its other contingency plan and the village's alternative military options. Okay, so the first thing that comes into my mind is the scientific ninja weaponry division, which, you know, contrary to popular belief, did not begin with the Boruto movie, but actually goes as far back as the last Naruto the movie, with the Hidden Cloud Village creating the massive chakra gun that the Raikage planned on using to destroy the moon. And you see, I think we need to go even further back to before then, to the Hidden Leaf Village's original mad scientist, Orochimaru. So, like, what do we know about Orochimaru? Why is he possibly the strongest shinobi from Konoha after the events of manga chapter 55? So right off the jump, Orochimaru is practically immortal. Just from a conventional standpoint, he can't be harmed, right? We've seen Orochimaru regenerate and regurgitate himself from virtually every injury imaginable. Like, he's had entire limbs destroyed. He's been completely bisected. He's even countered some of the strongest sealing jutsu in the verse, like the Totsuka Blade and the Reaper Death Seal. Now, assuming that you're even a shinobi capable of approaching Orochimaru, excuse me, shit. Okay, now assuming that you're even able to make contact with Orochimaru in order to try to harm him, her, they, them, whatever Orochimaru goes by, Orochimaru still has mastery over the 5 basic chakra natures, access to massive snake summons, numerous clones of Mitsuki that should all have Sage Mode, and if that wasn't enough, he has the reanimation jutsu / the Edo Tensei. Now, depending on what Konoha decided to do with Madara's body at the end of the Naruto series, Orochimaru could potentially have access to the closest thing to the Sage of Six Paths DNA available. Now, let's get into this Madara cell, alright? First off, I think this just needs to be addressed before I jump into the theory, though. Like, whether you believe it or not, Orochimaru still has many secrets that have yet to be revealed. One, for example, is that he kept the secret of Shin Uchiha, right? Shin Uchiha had numerous Sharingan, possessed a super malleable genetic makeup, and was just loose in the ninja world, cloning an army of himself. He kept that all secret from the Hidden Leaf Village, and it wasn't until Sasuke confronted Orochimaru on this that the information was finally revealed to the Hokage, Naruto. And he also has this unreal understanding of how the God Tree works and who can and cannot eat the God Fruit, which means it's not impossible for Orochimaru to be keeping other secrets, like maybe Orochimaru assisted Tsunade in some way with developing the Hashirama Cell's arm that was given to Naruto, or even like with the let's say with the strongest, like with the I can't stress this enough. Maybe Orochimaru could have access to Madara's body. like his corpse. Like, maybe Orochimaru could have access to Madara's corpse. So if we take a look back at the end of the Naruto series with Madara's final moments, you'll see like right before he transforms into Kaguya, like his last words before becoming Kaguya are "why," and then he said, "Hashirama, where did I go wrong?" And which to me is just implying that in like his final moments, he's just wondering how long he's been getting played by Zetsu, and if Hashirama's like will of fire was like the correct path to achieving peace the whole time, right? And then yeah, so shortly after the defeat of Kaguya, Team 7, all the Biju, and Madara are summoned back to Earth by the Sage of Six Paths, right? And here we see like Madara and Hashirama's final exchange, and like they have their little chat or whatever, and then Madara passes on to the next world. But if you notice, Madara's body still remains. Like there aren't any anime shenanigans. He doesn't have any weird shit happen. Like he doesn't warp back into the original body of that Kabuto would have had to use in order to sacrifice, because you have to sacrifice someone in order to use the Edo Tensei. So he doesn't like warp back into whoever Kabuto sacrificed, and he doesn't crumble into ashes like Obito. He doesn't float into the heavens like Itachi. You know what I mean? He's just there. He's just lying there like a corpse. And this got me thinking, like, what did they do with his body? Did they bury him somewhere? And like who makes that decision at the end of the day? Like was there another 5 Kage summit, or since he's technically Konoha's first rogue ninja, is it ultimately up to the Leaf to decide what to do with his body? Like, is it the Leaf's responsibility? I mean, honestly, in my opinion, just going out of their way to bury this man is like the most dangerous thing to do. And you could have even, like, alright, you remember, just imagine how Zabuza and Haku were just buried near some bridge. Now imagine the camera just like pans to the right, and there's like a third tombstone with Madara buried right next to them, just like all the cool shinobi Naruto fought, Yeah, that's not happening, okay? So that don't really make any sense in my mind. And like anyone could just, any grave robber could just end up finding that shit, stealing it, doing what it, like selling it, and then like, anyone could do whatever kind of experiments they wanted, right? Which kind of brings me to my next point, alright? If the village does have access to Madara's corpse, then I don't think it's too crazy to assume they have it sealed up somewhere, just like how Tobirama decided to handle it when Madara quote-unquote died the first time, where they had his coffin like locked away with sealing jutsu and barrier jutsu. And like if that's the case, if it is sealed away somewhere, I don't find it too surprising that Orochimaru, if he wasn't even granted access to that, like, I would imagine they wouldn't give him access to Madara's corpse. But if that is the case, and Orochimaru wasn't granted access to something like Madara's corpse, then he could easily just break any barrier jutsu, break any sealing jutsu that's being used to keep Madara's corpse safe, and then just, gather a couple of cells or just a sample of his tissue and then dip, like if you think, Orochimaru can't break any sealing jutsu or, the barrier jutsu. First of all, in part 1, it's stated by Shikamaru or someone that Orochimaru has already trained all those sound ninja how to counter every jutsu that the Leaf's military already knows. So he already has knowledge of all the jutsu that come out of the Leaf village, and on top of that, he has if you don't think he could break a sealing jutsu, just remember Orochimaru undid the Reaper Death Seal and freed the 4 Hokage and retrieved his arms from the Reaper's belly. So I'm pretty sure that any shinobi that's alive in the Leaf Village isn't got jutsu on that level, okay? So easily Orochimaru could unseal Madara's corpse. But why is Madara's body so important in the first place, alright? So unlike Obito, who just claimed to be the second sage of Six Paths when he became the Ten Tails or whatever, Madara more accurately fits that description in the sense that he is the reincarnate of Indra, meaning he wields Indra's chakra, and he's merged his own flesh with Hashirama, Ashura's reincarnate, meaning he now wields both Indra and Ashura's chakra, and that's how he awakened his Rinnegan, just like Hagoromo, the Sage of Six Paths, when he awakened the Rinnegan, right? And on top of that, he actually managed to do the reverse of what Hagoromo did by joining or resealing all the 9 Biju and creating the 10 tails, and then sealing that within himself, right? And like obviously there's the caveat of he couldn't seal away like 1/2 of the 9 tails, and the 8 tails was able to save Killer B along with some of its chakra by splitting off one of its limbs. But still, excuse me. Still, Madara was able to awaken the Renegon, and he made the 9-tailed beast 1 all before he became the 10-tailed Jinchuriki. And ultimately, at the end, he lost all the Biju, just like Hagoromo, and but his body, right? Alright, so like he lost all the Biju, right? So at the end of the story, Madara has all the Biju extracted from him, just like how Hagoromo did, except he doesn't have the Geto Mazo, the Geto statue. It's not like residing in his body, so he doesn't have any life force, so he was gonna die. But his body still contains Indra and Ashura's chakra, also known as 6 Paths chakra. So if Orochimaru does have access to Madara's corpse, then he, she, they, them, whatever, could easily start cultivating his cells and produce like more like 6 Paths chakra that could be used by, say, Naruto, Sasuke, any shinobi that's strong enough to handle that, because we know not every shinobi could handle. Hey, shut up. I'm recording. It was my dog. But yeah, so since Orochimaru does have access to Madara's corpse, then he, she, they, them, whatever he goes by, could easily just start cultivating like these cells and produce more of these Madara cells, which would possess 6 Paths chakra. Since Naruto and Sasuke have like just been heavily nerfed, right? And they only have a finite amount of 6 Paths chakra left, that eventually, like if the village does face a threat like on the level of Ishiki, then the village is ultimately going to be relying on the little remnants of 6 Paths chakra that Naruto and Sasuke possess, right? And I'm saying that like if Orochimaru does have access to Madara's corpse, he could just start cultivating these cells which possess 6 Paths chakra, and maybe develop some kind of drug or food pill that could help out Naruto, Sasuke, maybe even Orochimaru in the future, right? And like, what do you guys think would happen if Orochimaru made like some ninja food pill or some drug, like a 6 Paths food pill, designed to like temporarily give Naruto and Sasuke an amp during like, say, a crisis or an emergency situation where like they're being overwhelmed, right? And they can just pop this 6 Paths food pill, similar to how Choji had his food pills, or like the green, yellow, and red pill or whatever back in part 1 that made him stronger. Like, what do you guys think? You think it'd be cool if Orochimaru like managed to develop some kind of like drug, like some 6 Paths drug, and that would amp Naruto and Sasuke? Also, like, who do you think now that Naruto's lost the 9 tails and Sasuke does not have Renegon Dojutsu, who do you think is stronger? Do you think Naruto with Sage Mode and his Toad summons are going to be able to match up to Sasuke's Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan and the Perfect Susanoo? Along with Sasuke's 6 summons, I honestly think Sasuke is stronger, but let me know what you guys think right now, and let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. I'll have videos, I have new videos up every Friday around 5 p.m. EST, and hit that bell icon for notifications. My social media will be linked in the description. And yeah, with all that shit out of the way, thanks for watching the video. I'm the Grass Ninja, and I'm out.